Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss this poem on his having arrived at the age of 23, written by John Milton. So, let us begin by reading through the poem, and I'll try to explain line by line the basic surface level meaning of this poem. So, how soon hath time, that's the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 3 and 20th year. My hasting days fly on with full career. But my late spring no bud nor or blossom showeth. Perhaps my semblance must deceive the truth, that I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear, that some more timely happy spirits endureth. Yet be it less or more or soon or slow, it shall be still in the strictest measure, even to that same lot, however mean or high, towards which time leads me, and the will of heaven. All is if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmasters. Ring the bell. So let us read through the poem again with the explanation of line one. So how soon hath time the subtle thief of you? So he's calling time the thief of his youth. So it's time is going by. The title of the poem is and is having the age of 23. He's already 23 and he feels like time has stolen his youth. Okay? His youthfulness. He's getting older. Stolen on his wing my 3 and 20th year. So he just finished his 23rd year and he feels that how soon this has actually happened. And it feels like time flies, right? As they say. That is what he's saying by personifying time here and saying that it's been a thief of youth. Okay? And it stole, okay, on his, and he stole on his wing the 3 and 20th year. My hasting days fly on with full career. So his hasting days means like his days and time are hurrying and with full speed. Here, full career means full speed. But my late spring, no bud or blossom showeth. Here, there's a reference to the weather, right? Spring and bud and blossom. So here is a beautiful image of the spring coming on, but it's given in a negative sense. So he's complaining that there is no bud or blossom. The spring is late and there is no bud or blossom. So, but my late spring, no bud or blossom sure. Here, bud and blossom refer to successes in life, accomplishments. He feels like he has accomplished nothing. 23 years have gone by and it's just happening too fast. Life is going too fast, and he has not accomplished anything. He wanted to become a successful poet, successful author, and he doesn't see that happening. And no bud, he doesn't see any bud or blossom in his late spring. Sometimes in England, it used to happen that the spring used to come a little bit late. But here, the complaint is that even in the late spring, yes, I have grown up. The spring is a reference to his age now, reaching 23. I've become a man, but still no accomplishments. Nothing has happened in my life, or I have not accomplished much in my life. Perhaps my semblance must deceive the truth. Here is the semblance is a reference to his appearance. He was mm, he was popular, or let us say, he was known to have very boyish, um, a lot feminine. He had a lot of feminine features with boyish looks, and he says that might deceive the truth. his appearance might deceive the truth. That I to manhood am arrived so near, perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth. That I to manhood am derived so near. So maybe my look is deceiving. So uh, these are feelings of a person who feels like maybe people are not taking me seriously because I still look like a boy. I look very young, though I am 23 years old. And I to manhood am arrived so near. So basically, I'm a full grown man, is what he's saying. But still, I look boyish and feminine, and maybe that is why uh, people are getting deceived and not recognizing that I'm a good writer and writing me off. So that appearance has a lot to do with it, right? Like people do judge people based on appearance. So maybe he's saying that perhaps that is what's happening, and inward ripeness doth much less appear. So here he's talking about his talent, inward talent. Okay, he calls it inward ripeness. So this is an image of a fruit. For example, let us take mangoes. Sometimes it looks green on the outside. It looks like it's not ripe yet. But when you cut it open, you know that it's already ripe inwardly, right? So he's saying something like that. He's saying that he's inwardly ripe, that he has arrived in his as an intellectual and as a poet, having that talent, having that spirit of poetry is within, but people are maybe getting deceived by the outward appearance, and that is leading them to believe that uh, this and this and this guy has not accomplished much. He's just a kid. So people are just s- perceiving him as just like a juvenile, um, and inexperienced because of his appearance. And nobody is recognizing the inward ripeness, the talent, inner talent that he has. And he contrasts that with other people by saying that some more timely, happy spirits endureth. So this could be read as endowed, okay, means other happy spirits, the people, his peer group, basically, people who were graduating from Cambridge back then. He was a Cambridge student. He was in college in Cambridge, and he says he sees other people. His description of other people is happy spirits. So that suggests that he is not happy. He is sad. He is frustrated. He is dissatisfied with himself for not having the successes that he envisioned for himself. So he says that some people are being endowed all sorts of things, successes, um, great victories in life. Um, he says that some more timely happy spirits. Timely here refers to at the prime of her life. This is when they were in Cambridge, they were graduating from Cambridge. This is a time for recognition, so success. No, not like 60 plus or something like that, but mostly timely happy spirits means everything is happening in their lives according to time. Like, but it's not a reality in his life. That's not what's happening in his life. Yet be it less or more or soon or slow, whether it is less or more, okay? Look at the way he uses all these binaries: less, more, soon, slow. It shall be still in the strictest measure. It will only happen according to the strictest measure, even to that same Lord, however mean or high, another binary here, however low or high, towards which time leads me and the will of heaven. So, towards which time leads me? Only if time leads me in a particular direction, this will happen. Now, so he's saying that things will happen in my life, successes or talent being showcased or Enjoying victories or becoming a great poet will only happen to the strictest measure, to that same Lord, okay? Whether it is less or high, to which time leads me. So his faith is not in being optimistic. He's not saying that, maybe if I try harder, things will work out. His belief is that only if time leads me and the will of heaven leads me. Here, heaven is a reference to God, the metonym to God. So, and the will of heaven, okay, towards which time leads me, and the will of heaven. If the time leads him and the will of heaven, all is if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye. It will only happen if I have grace to use it. So now he's actually saying that only if God gives me the grace, I will be able to do anything in life. If God has fixed it by in His own time, it will happen. As ever in my great taskmaster's eye, here taskmaster is a reference to God. He describes God as a harsh taskmaster. He gives you particular tasks in life, and it's an image of a person who's strict, and he gives out tasks to servants or slaves, and makes them work. So that is the image of God that he gives, that as ever in my great taskmasters eye. So only in his eye, in his view, um, something that he has already seen in my future, something which is predestined, okay, like a destiny that is fixed for me, like my fate is what will happen. So this is a heavy fatalism going on here. He was a Protestant Christian who was from the sect called Puritans, and Puritans had this strong belief in the lack of free will, that man has free will in his life. They do not believe that man's actions actually have an impact upon his destiny. They have a belief which says that everything is predestined by God from eternity, and things will happen only according to what God has already fixed, or what time. Here, time is a reference to, um, you know, like just the passage of time in a sense, but good times or bad times are determined by God. And only if the taskmaster gives the task, and under his eye, whatever is um, whatever is predestined will happen. Basically, this poem is saying that. Say, in Milton, at the age of 23, wrote this poem, and the first part of the poem, two stanzas here. Okay, go back to the first part of the poem. How soon the two stanzas is an octave, four line stanzas. If you look at the um, rhyme scheme here, youth, youth, year, and career. It's the same sort of rhyme scheme here. Truth, endure, near, appear. Here you see a rhyme scheme which is A, B, B, A. And then we have another four 4 lines of stanza, and then a couplet here. So A, A, B, A. So basically, even rhymes with heaven, high rhymes with I, slow rhymes with so. Even in the sestet, this is a sestet where 4 lines and 2 lines, the couplet and the um, 2 lines are given here. If you look at the structure of the poem, you will see something interesting. His problem is put forward, the issue is put forward in the octave, which is the 8 lines of this sonnet. This is a sonnet which has an octave and a sestet and a couplet also. But the solution here is given in the sestet, the 6 lines of the poem, the next side, which is sestet. So, yet be it less or more or soon or slow, it shall be still in the strictest measure, even to the same Lord. So he presents his problem that nothing has happened in his life, time is going by, and I'm already 23 years old. People are looking at me as if I am a young kid. Um, People are not taking me seriously. All of these problems in this first stanzas. Okay, and people are enjoying their timely rewards and successes, but nothing has happened to in my life. I have not gotten that recognition as a great poet. And then he does, of course, will go on to become like the um, great English poet, like only second only to Shakespeare. But here we see that as a young man, he was struggling to comprehend what's happening in his life. And the strange thing is, his religious beliefs dominate here. His religious Puritan beliefs trump everything. And instead of comforting himself, saying that God's grace will be given or something good will happen if I try harder or anything like that, he rejects all of these and stays firm to his religious dogma, religious doctrine that you know that everything is fixed, everything is predestined from the beginning, and the predestination of the souls, like even the salvation is predestined in the Puritan framework, and uh, things will only happen only, and they will play out only the way that heaven has decided it, according to the will of heaven. His role over there was too much of a passive person, but he it's God who's like acting here, and he gives he it's a very submissive posture also. He's not fighting against that. He did complain about it in the first part of the poem, but he doesn't fight it. He resolves the issue by um, you know crystallizing his a strong belief in the predestination of all events by God, and stating that it will only happen if God allows it and if he gets that grace. So the doctrine of the Puritan doctrine of grace, and grace being a gift, and uh, your works, your efforts being nothing, is strongly there here, and especially the fatalism that mm, you know Reformed doctrine, the Puritan doctrine has it is strongly evident in this part of the poem. So this is the poem. This is but like a short sort of not an in-depth analysis, but basic structure and meaning of this poem.